Communication can be very difficult. I can remember living in a country that was very foreign to me, and it was in my first couple of years there, and I was having dinner with one of my friends. And he didn't speak English, and I didn't speak his language very well, but though I had been studying it for about, maybe just over a year, but it was a very difficult language, and I'm not very good with languages. And I remember sitting at the table, and his parents were with us, and for them to have you in their home was a big deal. This culture, that was not a big part of their culture. And all of a sudden, his father got up very abruptly, and he said, and I won't use the language, but he just said, eat slowly. And I thought, but he said, eat slowly, slowly. And I thought, oh my gosh, I've been eating way too fast, and how rude I was to this man, and I embarrassed his son. And then about 5 minutes later, the wife got up and did the exact same thing. And I thought, how much worse can this get? I have just offended both the mother and the father of this guy I'm trying to reach for Christ. And so then he and I just kept eating, but I was just mortified. I was just thought, I've just humiliated this poor guy. He's brought this Westerner into his home, and his parents obviously think that I'm a pig because I eat so fast. And what it turned out, as I was telling him what I was experiencing in the language that I was learning, he began to laugh, and he goes, Carl, you don't understand what my parents were saying. They weren't telling you to slow down because you're eating too fast. They were telling you to take your time, that they had something else they needed to do. And so I thought, oh my goodness, that made so much more sense. So communication is not easy, and that's what this LE is all about. And so we're still in the area of this contextually reflective practitioner. We're in competency 15, and that one is really focusing on communication, but more specifically, communication in a culture that's not your own. And so here it is specifically, if you're looking at it, you'll do some reading from a book that deals with some communication principles. And then what you're going to do, and it's a very helpful thing to do, is you're going to create a communication model. And I remember doing this with one of the learning communities, and there happened to be some people who worked in a department upstairs, and we asked them to come down once the model was created, and they tested their model out them and got feedback from them, and it was a very helpful thing. But you will be creating a communication model. And then once you have created that model, you will begin to use that model to better communicate a message that either you've given or a discipleship appointment or whatever it happens to be. And you will try to pick some of the principles or a principle and work through how you can be a better communicator. And then you'll create a SMART plan that will allow you to implement that and to practice that aspect of becoming a better communicator on a regular basis. And so that is really what this one is about. It's trying to help you or me to become a better communicator when we're in a culture that's not our own, or we're within an age group that's not our own. How do we need to adjust our words and our message to be able to more effectively reach another person, whether it's in the area of evangelism or discipleship or building relationships, whatever it happens to be? Communication is so key, and this LE will help you to become a better communicator.